I lived at my residence here for 7 years as of today, and for every year of those 7 years there's been an issue with this property. And this is it. Every year, multiple times a year, whether it's snow melt, heavy rains, hurricanes, or whatever, we get a massive flood in the front yard. Now, it might not look like much now because I've dug it out to drain it, and it still doesn't drain. Earlier on, before I started digging it out, this water was above my muck boots here. The problem with that is that when you drive through it, it's destroying your car, it's hitting your car. It goes right into my neighbor's driveway right here. Goes right up to it, and it has flooded her garage multiple times. Now, that is a big problem, but the bigger problem is the Kings County reception that we get. And this is fully lying on their shoulders. We pay a lot of taxes every year for our piece of property and the piece of land beside it. They pay taxes. He pays taxes. Don't matter about them. They don't live there. She pays taxes, and they pay taxes. Everyone on this street in this subdivision pays taxes. And once, only once, have we ever had anybody come to do anything about that. And that was in the wintertime when this had frozen, chunked up, and became so big of a problem that it literally ripped the bottom of somebody's car half off. We had actually picked up the pieces and had to put them out for spring cleanup. It had ruined their car. That's the only time that Kings County's ever done anything about this. Now, I know for a fact that we have called, we have emailed, they have called, she has called, and I know our neighbor Crossmas has called, and nothing's been done multiple times. Enough is enough. We pay high taxes, we live here, and all we get is the runaround, and it's every year that we do this. There's only so much we can do once this ice is compacted enough. And we don't have the money to go and dig ditches and drains on the side of the road. That's the county's problem, not ours. And we pay these taxes, and it's by time that they pull up their bootstraps and finally do something about it. This is the extent of what can be done about it. Is we dig, it ices up, it freezes going through it, and that's it. It drains off into our yard. And then it floods our yard, and that's our septic field over there. So you can see just how well that works. So my wife called today, and she basically got the runaround. And she called today, and I believe got the runaround. And I've sent emails giving ideas, making offers that I would come out and dig it if they provided materials. I would rent a digger and if they would supply the materials. I don't have the hundreds of dollars to build a drain here. Neither do my neighbors. That's what our taxes are for. And so far, our taxes might as well be burnt up because I don't know what the hell they're doing with them, but it's sure not helping this. This right here, as you see, before I put that drain there today, was up over my muck boots, and they're about 1.5 feet high, maybe a little less. When you get a car, like my little Chevy Aveo sitting up there, or even my Jeep or my truck, when it's up to the running boards on my Ram 1500, that's lifted 2 inches, which isn't a lot, that becomes a problem. Because this water, when it freezes, it leaves ruts, the chunks come up, and it's destroying vehicles, it's destroying property, and the county couldn't care less. We get brushed off year after year. And it's 7 years that we know of, since we've been here, of repeated calls, repeated complaints, and repeatedly nothing done. And I've had enough of it. And I'm done dealing with Kings County. If they decide not to do anything with this, I'll be going to some other places and some other avenues, because this is ridiculous. It's a simple fix. You put in some drainage ditch right here, so it drains off onto my property, which I already told them it's okay. And Bob's your uncle. We've had multiple people come here that have done landscaping, and they told us how simple this could be, because this is all sand and it just drains right down in it. But Kings County has refused to do nothing, and it's time they're held accountable as to what in the hell they're doing with our tax dollars, because our roads are falling apart, our roads are flooding, and they do nothing year after year after year, except for, oh, I'll just make a message of it and I'll pass that along. Well, I've had enough.